This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Eldorado Gaming. Eldorado Gaming is your site for gifts and gaming accessories like dice, playmats, and other items to bling out your games. Use the promo code META for 10% off your order. Find us on YouTube at Eldorado Gaming TX or our home site at eldoradogaming.com. Here at My Mythical Meta, we talk about gaming with friends and strangers, resolving conflicts, and keeping game nights fun, interesting, and recurring. Our game of choice is Magic the Gathering, but our hope is that what we share is relevant for board gamers, RPG groups, video gamers, and maybe even your poker night. I'm Travis, and with my brother Benjamin and my friends Derek and Randy, we've been playing Magic together since 2014. The secret to a healthy meta is not in the game you play, it's being good friends. Subscribe to My Mythical Meta, presented by Eldorado Gaming, wherever you get your podcasts. Welcome back to My Mythical Meta. This is Travis, and I'm joined this week by my three best friends, my brother Benjamin.
Hello.
And my two friends from all the way back in high school. We've stayed together for 15, almost 20 years now. Derek. And Randy.
Howdy.
Welcome back. We are so glad you're here. We hope you enjoyed the Season 2 premiere. We have finally come up with a name for our Commander League. We are calling it
the Eldorado Ascension Classic.
Hello, Commander.
I do my killing before breakfast. 7 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
I do my killing after breakfast. I know Kung Fu.
Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
You throw another moon at me, and I'm gonna lose it.
Ally to good! Nightmare to you!
I voted for Bloodbath.
Nah, it's the Ascension Classic. I really love that name because the RPG game that we're playing right now is Mage of the Ascension. It's all about discovering your true power, discovering the hidden potential within, and that's exactly what I think this Commander League is going to do. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's gonna.
It's already bringing that dog
Right.
out.
It's encouraging creativity. I'm building in ways I didn't think I would before.
Yeah, me too. I haven't done any deck dismantling yet, but I've already started brewing some more new decks. And I've gone back and upgraded some old decks that haven't been updated like within a year. Updating and trying to push that power. Because I want that first place, Derek.
I'm sorry it's not going to be this year.
Oh. I will ascend someday. The Commander Classic is rolling. It's going well. We have not played since last time, though, unfortunately.
One day.
Maybe next weekend we can find out another day. Maybe we can figure out how to play online.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Great.
Probably not happening in person. It's Ezra's birthday next weekend.
Oh yeah, I'll be there for that.
Well, I guess I'll show up with my cards and decks.
Okay.
Yeah, Ezra can have his party. There's no reason we can't play Magic over that. Let's do some announcements. We are going to be at TCG Con Houston on February 10th and 11th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Ooh. Very excited, looking forward to TCG Con. I went to this convention last year, and I got autographs from like half the cast of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, nice.
Is that where we got that at?
Yes, that was at TCG Con.
Oh, man. I guess I just don't remember it being a trading card convention. I remember getting the autographs.
Yeah, that was at this con. I got the autographs from the guy who did Pegasus. On his picture, he wrote, "Your move, Travie boy."
Awesome.
And then I got an autograph from the person who does My Valentine and Joey Wheeler. Guys, it was so funny meeting the guy who does Joey, because that's just his normal voice. He's just a New York, Brooklyn kid.
Hey, I'm shuffling here.
Flame swordsman! And they were all just super funny and great to listen to. And great to talk to. So yeah, we're going to talk about that con next week. Next announcement, our Patreon is up and running, and you can find it at patreon.com/mymythicalmeta. We are looking for ways to push this show to the next level. We've been discussing how to get gameplay footage, gameplay videos, and we won't be able to do that without maybe another camera or two. I mean, what do you guys think?
We need a way to suspend cameras and mics above the table so that we can get a good view of everything we've got going on.
And maybe like some lighting solutions.
Yeah.
Which won't have to be like super expensive, I don't think. I'm fine with setting up a couple ring lights or whatever.
Yeah.
I've also heard of Spell Table.
Yeah, I like Spell Table too. I discovered a new shop that I was telling you guys about that has rooms you can rent to play Dungeons and Dragons or to play whatever role-playing games. And they look like tavern halls.
Dungeons.
Yeah, and like dungeons. They were really, really cool.
See, that was my first thought whenever you sent that. I was thinking, we rent that out, bring the camera equipment that we eventually get, some cameras and a couple of standing lights,
Yeah.
just to help with lighting, and then, boom, 6-hour session.
It'd be pretty amazing. I don't know what it takes to basically use their studio to record stuff. I don't know if they have rules about recording in it, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But we'd have to ask them. Anyway, patreon.com/mymythicalmeta. Please check it out. We have one tier in Patreon for $4 a month. That gives you access to all of our episodes ad-free early, and it's a promise to be ad-free forever. A promo code at Eldorado Gaming worth 20% off that can also be used forever. And then access to the My Mythical Meta Discord. You'll be able to come into the Discord, find us, chat with us, talk Magic. We have several new Magic players who are active commenters in our community and on our videos. And I'm really looking forward to making some video content for you guys. Just some beginner guides for Magic and how to get in, and some introductory guides on certain strategies and things like that. I think this would be a great community for new players.
Yeah.
All right, and that brings us to this week's topic. It is still beginning of January, and we are going to talk about our New Year resolutions. This is a time each year where we come together and we talk about the things that we want to achieve for the year. Now, this happens in popular culture too. People set goals. They say, new year, new me. And then by the end of January, those goals often fall away. They often fall to the side. We're going to talk a little bit at the beginning about how to stick with your goals. Goal setting in a way that makes your goals more achievable. This kind of goes back to what our first episodes were. Some really detailed how-tos about how to be a good friend and how to do some self-improvement. And we're going to do a really short kind of self-improvement chat here at the beginning of this episode too. We're going to talk about SMART goals. SMART is an acronym, S-M-A-R-T, and each of those letters stands for something that your goal should contain, something that your goal should be based around in order to make sure that you achieve it by the time you said you want to. Let's briefly describe what a SMART goal is, and then each of us are going to talk about our resolutions and the things that we want to accomplish this year. Let's start with S. S in SMART stands for specific. A specific goal means that it is well defined. You should determine the who, what, where, when, and why. In order to make a goal really achievable, you need to know all facets of it, and that's what the S stands for, specific. Benjamin, do the next one.
The M stands for measurable. Measurable means you need to develop criteria for measuring progress towards your goal. Mainly, that means you need to assign numbers to it. So if you're going to say, I want to lose weight, you need to say how much, and even have a way to measure checkpoints, right? To say, I want to be a better father, that's not measurable. How do you define what better father means? Instead, go back to the specific and make your definitions better, and then when you get to measurable, you'll be able to say, I intend to spend 2 hours per day or 10 hours per week, and then you can measure that. So make sure that your goals are measurable.
Randy, do the A.
Achievable. Create goals for your business or your life that are attainable and achievable by ensuring that you and your team have the skills and resources needed to reach the goal. Basically, don't set a goal that's like, I'm going to lose 200 pounds in 2 months. It's like, that's not healthy in a lot of different ways.
Right.
So you want to just do something that's kind of like common sense.
Yeah, achievable goals are realistic. They can still be ambitious, but make sure you're not setting a goal that's impossible.
You don't want to develop a habit of failure. Smaller goals can lead to bigger goals, but a big goal that you fail discourages you from trying again.
Yeah. Derek, do the R.
R is for relevant. Align your company's goals with the overall objectives of your business and the realities of the market. This one, I don't know if it's super
Sorry, I copied and pasted these definitions straight from Indeed. And I wanted to give Indeed the credit. SMART goals, you will find them in lots of industries. Lots of industries use SMART goals. We're going to talk today about some personal goals. I have some business goals that I'd like to meet for my Mythical Meta and for Eldorado Gaming. I'm not sure if that makes an interesting podcast episode.
Just in case all that stuff about Indeed and you just copy and pasting it makes it into the final episode, I want people to know that we've known about SMART goals for a long, long time, and I've taught it as part of several classes. Yeah. And I don't know if you've taught it, but I'm sure you've used it.
I've used it every year that I was ever a teacher.
So, yes, we took a little shortcut to getting it into our outline, but we are well-versed in SMART goals and how to use them. So, Derek, see if you can take this relevant and turn it into something that anyone can use and not just companies.
Pass. Don't put me on the spot like this. I can't think quick.
A relevant goal is something that you think is important, something that matters. It doesn't make any sense for me to set a goal for someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's not healthy. That's not useful. Your goals should be important to you. It should also not be a goal that's unimportant.
The idea of relevance here is you want a goal that aligns to your values and helps you to achieve some long-term level of success, sense of accomplishment, spiritual enlightenment, or whatever, right? All of us have some long-term life goals that we envision for ourselves that would not make good SMART goals. Like, I want to be healthy in 20 years. I want to retire early. Those sorts of things. When you have long-term plans and ambitions, you want your short-term goals to be helping you to get there, or else you'll never get there. So your relevant goals are the ones, the small steps that, like we said, could be big and ambitious, but that help us to achieve our ultimate goals and our long-term values.
Yeah, I think that's a really great way of describing a relevant goal, is a shorter goal that is a step to something big and maybe undefinable. I had a mentor when I worked for the Boy Scouts who asked me once, how do you eat an elephant? And the idea is that you eat anything really, really big one bite at a time. You have to go in just a little bit with small achievable steps. It was the same way when I was teaching essay writing for students. For a long time, the state exam required a one-page writing sample. And I would still have students saying, I don't know what to do. How can I write a whole page in 40 minutes? And we would do exercises about writing a sentence at a time, a paragraph at a time, until you get them to be writing a paragraph in 5 minutes. And if you've got 4 paragraphs, then that took you 20 minutes to write. Breaking up big things into smaller steps is another good way to look at relevance. And the last one, the letter T, stands for time. You should give yourself a deadline for achieving this goal, and you should set steps or checkpoints to achieving that goal. Time, in its very nature, is a sense of urgency. You will eventually run out of it. Time is a finite resource for all of us. And so, when you set a time limit for your goal, it creates a sense of urgency to complete it. So, those are SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. This is a goal-setting strategy that I've used for many, many years. And some of the goals that we talk about today, I tried to arrange as SMART goals. Something that I can quantify and make sure whether I achieve it or not. Okay, Do y'all want to do like personal, like self-improvement goals or gaming goals?
I just threw mine out like shotgun blast and just put them all up there.
Most of mine are gaming or podcast goals.
I did some gaming stuff and then I went into, you know what? I'm going to put it all.
I did a little of both. Why don't we each go through some gaming goals and then maybe one or two personal goals to leave the listeners with?
Cool. I'll start us off with a gaming goal. I want to play 5 role-playing game sessions with the 3 of you guys.
Aw.
Hell yeah.
Over the course of the year before December 31st. Last year, we did 2, and we started the podcast in July, and then I think we played once in October and once in November.
Yeah.
I think that's what we did, because we did 2 sessions of Mage. I have 3 more adventures in Mage set for you guys, so I set my goal at 5 to think, well, I definitely want to get through those 3, and then either we can keep going or we can switch games. You know, whatever you guys wanted to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's one. I really enjoy role-playing with you guys, and role-playing is one of the focuses of Eldorado Gaming and, of course, my Mythical Meta, and I want to make sure that our podcast is not just a Magic the Gathering podcast. I want to make sure that we have a set of shared experiences that we can draw on whenever we talk about role-playing games.
I think that'd be great. A lot, like you and I have a lot of role-playing experience, and the 3 of y'all, but as far as all 4 of us together, it's only those 2 times.
Right. That's one of mine. Another is that I want to get back into painting. And specifically, I want to be painting Marvel Crisis Protocol. I really enjoy Marvel Crisis Protocol. Marvel heroes are very colorful. They're huge characters. And there is something special about that rather than painting the same Nurgle demons over and over again, or painting like really big armies for Warhammer where every single character has like the same color scheme. It's like every single model in Marvel Crisis Protocol is unique. It's going to stand out and have its own color scheme. So I decided that I want to have the entire core set and the X-Men that I've purchased. I have enough X-Men to do 4 on each side. So 4 of Xavier's X-Men and then 4 of Magneto's people. I want to have all of those figures painted before December 31st. And then, as part of my time or urgency setting in that goal, I want to have my X-Men painted before July 1st. So that's given me a half-year checkpoint. I want to have my X-Men painted. That way Kristen and I can do evil mutants versus good mutants. And I'm going to add this to the video version. Today, I painted Immortal Hulk. So I'll be adding a picture of that to the video. It was very exciting. I used my speed paints for the first time. And this guy just looks really cool. A bright green. I gave him purple shorts like the original. And he's just crushing the asphalt underneath his feet. So it's something I want to get back into.
Awesome. And we saw the Immortal Hulk. He showed us right before the episode started. It looks awesome. I'm excited for y'all to get to see it and to see the kind of painting he's going to be getting into.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I can't wait to do Wolverine. Storm is going to be really cool because her miniature includes a bunch of like crackling electricity around her.
Ooh.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to try some new stuff, like getting the crackling electricity to like glow on her cape and stuff like that. We'll see. That'll be something new that I've never done before. I've never really done glowing stuff before, so we'll try it out. So painting is something I want to get better at, and I'm codifying that into this SMART goal. I want to paint the entire core set before the end of the year.
Sounds good, man. I have complete faith that you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do a few more painting days like we did last year, too.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go next?
Randy's next.
For me, not like tabletop really related, but I've gotten back into playing Apex with a couple of my friends.
Cool.
The guys who I thought had ended their friendship forever, well, they've come back together, and so we're playing Apex again.
Like
I
true
was literally
bros.
just thinking about that. I was like, Randy talked like in episode 3 or something that his Apex friends broke up in
I think
real
it was
life.
episode 1.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
But they're back together.
Yay.
So we
I
started
listened
playing
to the podcast
and,
and mended fences.
tonight after the podcast is when we're going to run our placements because they have new accounts. You got to get to level 50 before you do ranked. So today after this is when we're going to go do our placement rounds.
Cool. Sounds
So
fun.
Should be fun.
Sounds exciting. So Apex has like assigned characters, right? It's characters with abilities, right? Or is that Valorant?
It's both.
It's characters with different abilities, yeah. So I usually play Loba because she can kind of steal stuff from an area around her, but you can get all the ammo you want from it. And so it's always nice just knowing that you can go into a fight full
Ooh, cool.
on ammo. So my goal is to hit Diamond in Ranked, which would be the first time for Diamond. I don't remember. I can't remember if I got it a couple seasons back or not, but it's tough.
That's awesome.
For me, I'm not good.
Better than me.
Cool. What else, Randy?
I also want to finish 3 full playthroughs of Baldur's Gate 3. I'm currently 2/3 of the way through my first one, which is my good guy playthrough. I want to do a traditional kind of like middle of the road evil, probably a warlock, and then I want to do the Dark Urge and just really give in more chaotic, which I've never done evil playthroughs, so this will be like a test for me.
Yeah. Derek, did you say you did a Dark Urge run?
Yeah, I've done a couple good Dark Urges, and it's great. I love it.
Cool.
I think like once you play it without the Dark Urge the first time, every other playthrough should be Dark Urge.
Ooh, really?
Because it just adds so much content for like your character specifically.
Well, for me, I feel like doing my second game where I'm going to play a warlock is going to be a lot of new content, because my current thing is I'm not using any of the Ithilid powers. I have taken no extra slugs into my brain. I'm not using any of that.
Coward.
That tree. No, man, they are monsters in your brain. And I will not let them win.
My bard was just full of slugs.
Yeah, I was just riddled with brainworms.
Well, cool. That's exciting.
That's all I have for gaming, I guess.
All right.
I can take over. I have a huge problem with finishing things, specifically video games. I get like really into it, play a lot, and then I never finish it because I don't like the feeling of finishing and feeling that like a really good game. Cards to the table, I've played like 200 hours of Baldur's Gate and I still haven't finished it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Because I don't want it to end.
Kind of like when you finish a TV series and you get a show hole.
Yeah, you got like a little depression or something.
Where you're wondering what to watch next.
So, I would like to finish Baldur's Gate 3. I also started Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, got through the first one, which is rough, and then stopped maybe halfway through Mass Effect 2. And it's a great game, I just got like, I don't know, sidetracked with other things or something, and then just never came back to it. So I want to go back and finish it, because it's my favorite series. And also I have been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, but I already feel like the excitement's starting to wane, and now I'm like, because what I do is I run out and I do all these side tasks without doing the main story. And then I finish those. I'm like, man, I'm tired. I don't want to play this game anymore, because all these side quests were like boring instead of actually enjoying the main story that was supposed to be exciting.
Yeah.
So that's my problem, because I have obsessive tendencies with collectibles and stuff.
Sure. In Dragon Age 3 Inquisition, that was a game where I would hunt down all the collectibles and stuff. And the main storyline with like Corypheus the big bad, I just like didn't even care. And you run around and people keep saying, "Oh, he's gonna come, he's gonna destroy all of Ferelden." And I'm like, yeah, but there's another cave I need to open. Or like, sorry, there's more mugs I need to collect in the Deep Roads.
Yeah, I tried doing that.
He can
and
wait.
Yeah, it was just boring for me. It's like, okay, I've done this. I get like a little codex, like a paragraph of text or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, congratulations." Eventually, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna just finish the main quest and get this albatross off my neck.
Yeah.
I also have for Magic. So I'm famously a green mage. Every deck, or almost every deck I have, is green, like green X. So I've got a couple of decks in the works that don't have green at all. So I'm hoping to win. Hopefully they're good decks. I do have my Garuda deck, which is blue-black, and that's won the couple times I've played it. But I don't know. These ones have white, and it's throwing me for a loop, and I don't understand what I'm doing. So we'll see how this goes.
Derek, it was so funny last night when we were texting, and you're just like, I just don't know how white does it.
It feels awful. Slow, painful.
Can y'all send me your deck lists? I don't get it. What do I do?
It's like, I've got the cards y'all have, and I'm just like, why does this feel terrible?
Because it is terrible.
Yeah.
Randy, that's when you're supposed to come in and say, hey, we just got a Greater Hoof Behemoth.
Nah, he's a broken man.
It's fair.
Lastly, I have 8 decks that are kept in little deck boxes inside a archive. I'm not sure what the box is, but it's I think it's like Dragon Shield or something like that. And I want more decks, but I can't carry more in what I have.
It's Ultimate Guard.
Ultimate Guard, okay. So I want to figure something out. I thought about getting like one of those Stanley toolboxes, stuff like that, but I've got decision paralysis about like, oh, what if it doesn't work? Or, it's a toolbox. So I want to choose one, stick with it, and do it so I can finally get over. I've got a whole thing of stickers of like possums and stuff that I can't wait to stick on something, but I don't have anything to use yet.
Yeah, I had that same issue, from all the conventions that we've been going through for years. I was buying stickers, but I was always had that like sticker anxiety of, well, I don't want to put it somewhere and waste it.
Yeah.
And I eventually, my girlfriend was like, well, put it on your desk. So my desk now is covered in probably like 40 or so stickers. I would share, but it's not channel friendly.
Yeah. So, Derek, this resolution is changing how you transport decks. You want to be able to carry more decks?
Yeah, so right now I can carry 8 within like the structured boxes I have.
Right.
But I could carry a couple more loosies if I wanted to. I would like to carry 12 or more, just so I don't have to, I want to buy boulders for them and then have a way to have all the... Because I hate having to pull one of the Ultimate Guard boxes out, realize the deck I wanted was in the other one, have to put that one back, grab the other one. It's like a whole thing. It's like I want them all just here.
I have the opposite problem. As you guys know, I have almost 40 decks at this point, and I have been really forcing myself to say, no, I do not need to bring more than 10 decks with me.
Right. Yeah.
The past couple times I've been bringing like 30 or so decks with me each time. So I've got this huge duffel bag, a second bag that has another box in it. And I know Benjamin sometimes wheels in with a suitcase. And so the last time we played, I did bring just my one small backpack, and I only had 6 decks with me. And I managed to play all of them. And I was like, man, that means I have to bring more.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's
I
like the opposite problem. It's like I have so many, but I don't want to bring all of them.
Yeah, my thing is like, I'm not gonna be sure how I feel sitting down there, playing a game or whatever. It's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I want to play like a life game deck or some kind of Voltron deck or something like that. So having all my options there. I mean, I could always play your guys' decks, but
yeah, I mean, that's why I used to bring all of my decks with me. But then it's so much.
Yeah, for the 30 of you who don't play.
Yeah.
Derek, I see a bullet point here that says you want to win the Ascension Classic. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's already a, pretty locked in thing, but we'll see how it is a few months down the road.
Interesting goal. I don't know. Doesn't seem very smart to me.
Right.
Well,
doesn't seem very achievable.
You never bet against the kid, man.
Well, I don't do the suitcase thing as much anymore. Like, I just brought a backpack this last time. But I noticed on that bullet point for he wants to win the Ascension Classic, it says right next to it, not gonna happen, Benjamin.
I would love for you to try to stop me.
Oh, I will.
It's gonna end up being...
Randy's just eating Cheetos watching us.
The league is gonna end up being Benjamin and I punching each other so hard that Travis takes first place and Benjamin and I end up fighting for third or fourth place.
I hope so. That's the goal. That's what I've been trying to plant in your minds.
Yeah.
Inception style for months.
What you got for us, Benjamin?
Okay, so gaming-wise, I want to play a game every week with the family and especially with the kids. Gaming is so important for all of us. We did a whole episode on teaching kids through gaming and games that are appropriate for kids. And I realized that I had gotten so busy that they were asking to play games and I was just saying, I'm tired or, not right now or whatever. And I just don't want to do that. So far, so good. We got a lot of games for Christmas. We have dived in and pulled out a few of the games that we already had. And we've played many, many games and we're 19 days into January. We've played several games a week. I understand that there will be times where it's going to get harder, but I want to make sure that I make time to spend time with my family. And I know that growing up, that was very important for me to get to play games with you and with my parents and other people. And I want to make sure my kids have that same opportunity. I also have a lot of unplayed games, some of them still in shrink wrap. And
Oh, man.
Several of them I bought from an estate sale where somebody had entire rooms with like set up like a library, just shelves in the middle of the room and stuff like that. And half those games were in shrink wrap, and I don't want to end up like that. I want to play the games I have or get rid of them, pass them on to someone who can use them or whatever, and make space and simplify. So this is not a SMART goal. I don't have a timeline, but by the end of the year, I want to either play all of my unplayed games or take a serious look at the ones I haven't played and decide if they're worth keeping, if I can go that long and not want to play them. And so that's one. And then finally, not finally, I have two more. You talked about role-playing with all of us. And I want to set up a Martian colony campaign for us and have it ready to go by the summer, where I hopefully have more time, and we can put Martian colony to the test and see how we all like it when we play it together.
Yes, I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
I have several mech ideas where like I've made the mechs in character sheets, but I haven't like seen how they played or seen how players react to them or things like that, or how they feel in gameplay. So that would be cool.
Magic specific and our meta specific, I have two goals. I want to have more fun with the fun decks, and I want to up the consistency on the decks that are designed to win. I tend to find a middle ground where when I'm making theme decks or decks that have an interesting concept, I'm like, well, I got to play Beast Within just in case. And that's partially because, you don't want someone to stop your game plan when you're trying to have fun, because that means you're not having fun, right? You design this thing to do something silly, and you're not getting to do the thing. So I want to stop that. But honestly, all that means is it starts playing more and more like a good stuff deck, right?
Yep.
I'm playing Elves. Well, I guess I have to include Craterhoof Behemoth, that sort of thing. And so for the fun decks, I want to play more of the pet cards. And in fact, I want to build more decks around pet cards. Give those cards that are always the 103rd, 104th card a chance, and just maybe play entire decks built around those cards, right? Where 20 or 25 of the cards in the deck are the cards that always get cut last. And then on the building better deck side, I want to make sure I play more lands, more cards that draw more cards.
That deck consistency.
Yeah, I want to improve the deck consistency, which is not necessarily opposed to having more fun, but especially for the decks that I consider good decks, the ones that aren't themed or tribal or something like that, I really want to make sure that those decks are more consistent and cut some pet cards out of there to make room for another island or something. I don't have to play the fun, the one that makes the cut as the 99th card. That should probably just be 2 more lands.
Yeah.
So those are my 2 goals for deck building. They're not measurable. I just want to make a conscious effort when I'm building a deck to either go all in on the fun or all in on the consistency, and not keep making a bunch of half and half decks.
Okay.
So yeah, those are my gaming goals. Now let's be vulnerable for a minute and talk about our deep personal goals, the ones that...
Our deep personal goals.
Yeah, the things that we want to do to really change our lives this year. Travis, start us off.
I would like Eldorado Gaming and my Mythical Meta to make money.
Hey, Eldorado Gaming makes money.
I would like it to make more money.
Fair.
And so I think that's going to come from making more content, more varied content. So this is a really tough goal for me because I spent 9 years as a teacher. I've never been a content creator or influencer. And it's definitely fun, but it's tough to know that small business owner comes with being a content creator now as well. Again, very fun. I've been having a lot of fun making my Mythical Meta, and one of my goals here is to make 10 deck videos for Magic the Gathering. I especially want to highlight the decks that we've talked about on the pod so far. So our Secret Santa and our Challenge decks. I want to highlight those decks and make deck tech videos for them. That way when people listen to an episode of the pod where we talk about these decks, they can also get an in-depth breakdown of those decks at the same time. If you look at the channel right now, there are 2, but they're both just me, and it's literally the first time I've ever done them. So they're kind of long, the editing is not super great, and I definitely see lots of ways that those deck tech videos can be improved. And I think the way to improve them is through practice. So my goal this year is 10 deck tech videos. I would also love to do paired videos with each of you guys, where we highlight decks that you guys have built, and it's not just me talking about my own deck. I think having a dialogue over each deck would be fun. Over, like, why'd you include this card? Why did you leave this card out? Stuff like that. So that's one piece of content that I want to add to Eldorado Gaming's repertoire, is Magic the Gathering deck tech videos.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be fun.
But I want to see the Patreon blow up. Y'all hear me, listeners? Let's make that goal happen.
We need 4 $60,000+ salaries from Patreon alone. If you want content, we need $60,000
Each.
Yeah.
Honestly, if that was happening, yeah, I would make amazing content for you. No question.
I mean, for real. I mean, you wanted me to be a little vulnerable. It has been a tough year saying goodbye to a steady salary, with teaching. As you guys know, that became a source of a lot of stress for me, and the political environment had completely changed from the time I had started being a teacher.
Yeah.
And it was a really big step to go from having a salary to instead investing with you, Benjamin, into Eldorado Gaming. And now we're just trying to make Eldorado Gaming come up, or when people search Metal Dice, we need Eldorado Gaming to pop up. As much content as we can flood the internet with is what's going to change that.
Yeah.
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 In terms of a SMART goal, I want to make more content. I think deck tech videos is a way to do that. Being more consistent with TikTok shorts and YouTube shorts, I think, is another way to do that. Because some weeks in the past year I was off and would only get a podcast video out without doing a TikTok short to go with it. Anyway, I want to get better at that too.
Yeah, and you will.
I hope you believe in me, listeners.
I believe in you, Travis.
I believe in you too.
What is it from Gurren Lagann that Kamina says? You don't
Believe
have
in
to
the me
believe in
who
yourself.
Believes in you. Believe in the me who believes in you. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to believe in yourself. Believe
I
in
don't
me.
know because we didn't get to see the movie.
I know, but it was 22 degrees, and you can't trust other drivers in 22 degrees.
Very true.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Whenever it comes out on either streaming or Blu-ray or whatever, I will rent the theater room here at the apartment complex.
Ooh.
It's not like movie theater big, but it's still pretty
Sure.
nice. It's got 2 rows of seating. Maybe we'll do that.
That would be cool. That'd be really exciting. All right, Randy,
Cool.
time to open up. Let us all inside that tauntaun warm body of yours.
Ugh. Oh, I guess, if we're gonna, speaking of warm body, I, like some of my other people here, would like to lose some weight. I know it's a very stereotypical thing, but my girlfriend's doing it too, so hopefully we'll be able to rely on each other, keep each other accountable, and, say like, no, we don't need Whataburger again. We need to eat in the food we bought before it goes bad. My goal is 50 pounds by the end of the year.
Got to SMART goal it out.
Yeah.
What are you doing to get there? Just eating smarter, or are you doing something?
Most of it's going to be like stop eating out, which is,
Yes.
for some reason eating out means it's instantly a minimum of 1,200 calories per meal.
Yeah, and
So-
it's $30 a pop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. I'm like, I'm too poor for this.
Yeah.
For me, the thing is I'm lazy and I don't like to cook. So I've been looking for like one pot, crock pot kind of stuff, or recipe kind of things where the less cleanup, the better, because I hate dishes.
Yes.
Same here, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The Konishek family recipe is grab stuff, boil it in a pot.
Like your chicken pecan rice.
Exactly.
Hey, man, I
What-
still remember
what
I
all
had it
does
one
it have
time
in
over
it?
there.
Chicken, peas, corn, and rice.
Yeah.
And you boil it all in a pot.
And you add some, what was it, Tony
Shasheries and a
Shasheries.
can of cream of chicken soup.
Hey, man, can't go wrong. Cooking in, and I also want to try to finish getting the new apartment set up. I feel like we're 80% there, but we've been in that last 20% for like a month.
Where
And
you
just
still
getting
have a box out that's still full that you haven't unpacked yet.
a box, several boxes.
Hey, dude.
Um,
Kristen and I have been in this house for 7 years. We still have
I know.
boxes that are packed
Yeah.
up.
So that goal is set to be by the end of February. So
That's a good
gave
goal.
myself a real short deadline of like, okay.
Yeah, real short deadline, high urgency. Get this done.
My other 2 big ones I would say are I do want to start reading a bit more. I have probably like a dozen books that I've bought over the last couple of years that I have just been sitting on my shelves. So my goal is to do 6 books this year And then I also want to read separately, this isn't part of the 6 books. I want to read the volumes 1 through 6 of the Berserk Deluxe editions that I have. I have them, and I'm like, I need to read them. So total, it'd be 6 books, and then 6 manga volumes, or whatever you want to call it. And the last thing is, I want to try to save about $4,000 by August for my trip to Japan.
Hey, not eating out's a good way to start.
Yeah, not eating out is
exactly.
going to help with that a lot.
Yeah, that's probably like my big financial one is getting that trip, because
I'm so glad that you're pulling the trigger on that Japan trip.
Well, I mean, it would have been pulled if it wasn't for COVID.
I know.
Oh, man, the time we could have had.
Yep.
We'll never know. Yeah, that was heartbreaking for me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it. I got to do it.
Yes.
Respect.
I'm going to go crazy if I don't.
Wow.
Derek, what are some of your non-gaming goals this year?
So to, I guess,
Pop open that lobster shell.
Yeah, to jump into the weight loss thing, I also want to lose weight. I'm going for 40 to 50 pounds. Well, like I put 40 to 50 pounds because 40's kind of what I want. But if I overshoot it by 10 pounds, by the time so what I'm doing is keto. So when I stop keto and I get like water weight and whatever, I just stabilize at that 40, and I'm where I am. So that's the plan. I'm doing keto, and I'm also, and I know 40 to 50 pounds to the listener probably sounds like, I want to do that before May, because May's my birthday, and I want to have good food for my birthday.
And you want to look good.
Yeah, swimsuit season.
That's right.
Start going crazy.
Summer swimsuit season, Martian colony season.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So 40 to 50 pounds sounds insane, but I did lose 60 pounds last year, so I'm just going to do that again. And like I said, I'm doing keto, I'm exercising, I'm going out running. I should say I've already lost 15 pounds.
Whoa!
Since earlier this month. But yeah, I'm going out running every other day to train for this 5K I want to run in March. I've already registered for it. I think the date is, March 15th is when the 5K is. So I'm getting excited for it. It's still hard, but I actually kind of look forward to the runs because I feel good about myself after I do them.
That's great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we just had that big freeze, and I forced myself to go out in it and run those stupid miles.
Wow.
It was awesome, but it was cold. But I'm proud of myself for doing it.
I go outside to throw the ball for Daisy, and after like 3 throws, I'm like, okay, we're going in.
Daisy, I'm winded. We gotta go.
I'm winded. I threw the ball 3 times. How do you have so much energy?
Yeah. Last October, we made guacamole dip, and I saved the seeds, and I've been growing them since then. A month or 2 ago, I think in December, I put the seeds in pots, and 2 of them I have them named Prodigal Son, because he was the first to sprout, The Fortunate Son, because he was the last to sprout, and then I have Daughter by Pearl Jam. And it's my 3 little avocado plants. Prodigal Son and Fortunate Son shot up like weeds. They're, I don't know, like a foot tall now.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. And Daughter by Pearl Jam wasn't doing anything. So I was like, this was the last week I was giving her to do something before I replaced her with like some kind of other plant, like a flower or something. But just yesterday she sprouted, and I'm tickled pink about it. Super exciting.
Look at you, Derek. You're a little green thumb.
I know.
So proud of you.
I know. I'm going to be a different person. Well, I mean, obviously since the beginning of this year, but 2019 Derek and 2024 Derek are going to be very different.
It's like the ship of Theseus.
Yeah.
If you keep replacing so many parts of Derek, is he still Derek?
Or keep taking away parts. I want to go camping. I went camping last November and had a blast, and would like to do it again. So I don't have an exact number or anything, but I'd like to do it like 3 or more times. And then finally, kind of tangentially related to our league, we have a Google Sheet that we are using to like track our games and our progress or something. And last week I spent like a Sunday afternoon completely revamping everything. Everything's got like little, check boxes or whatever that have points that add up and everything. Everything is just kind of automated.
Derek like revolutionized and automated what was basically me just copying my notebook ramblings into an Excel spreadsheet. But now this spreadsheet is like fully automated, and all you have to do is click check boxes in each column.
Yeah,
And then it sums up all the points at the end automatically. It is an incredible spreadsheet.
Yeah, it took me an afternoon. Like, I had the very base knowledge of like equals sum to add two boxes together.
Right, yeah.
And then I was able to teach myself like some pretty advanced formulas to do all these kind of data validation and if then type of statements. I don't know how much more I can do to this spreadsheet, but I would like to keep learning because I had a lot of fun doing this, and I got kind of obsessed about it. And I was like, Kristen, come look what I've made. Look what I've made.
Look at what we have created. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So those are my goals this year.
All right, Benjamin, round it off.
All right, so I too would like to lose weight this year, and I actually started last week. So 2 years ago, I lost about 50 pounds, went from just over 200 to the low 150s, and over the last 2 years, it's slowly crept back up there. Another teacher where I work has started a challenge where whoever can lose the biggest percentage of body weight wins a pool of money, and money motivates me when it comes to weight loss. The first time I was certainly helped by doing a lot of weight loss challenges and just winning all of them. So I'm just using the same method I used last time, right? Counting calories, making sure I drink lots of water, taking enough steps every day.
Right.
And my goal is by the end of the weight loss challenge, which the last way out is April 16th, plan to win that money.
God, I would be an absolute menace for money.
Yeah.
Derek says, food? I have forgotten food.
I don't even want food.
Oh.
I want $100.
Hey, so Healthy Wage, what I used the first time, where you have to record yourself weighing in, and then you record yourself weighing out, and you pay money. They guarantee that if you meet the goal that they set for you, you'll at least get your money back. So you cannot lose money if you lose the weight. But basically, you enter this pool, and everyone who didn't meet the goal loses their money, and all the people who made the goal basically splits the loser's money.
Okay.
And you can join a bunch of them, just basically whichever ones are firing. So it's like a bunch of leagues, weight loss leagues, and usually the goals are either 4% or 6% of your body weight by a certain date, and they're just running like every week.
Derek's just going to be a weight loss league hustler.
Yeah,
he's just going to go on his website, sign up for like 20 of them.
Yeah, I was saying, like what Travis said, can you sign up for 20 of them at the same time? And
yeah,
it's like, I'm going to lose 6%.
Well, you have to pay in for each of them.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. You have to pay in for each of them, and they're not running 20 at a time necessarily, but you can enter multiple at a time, basically whichever ones you want to get in on. Yeah.
Derek said, honey, I found it. I can quit
found
my
the
job.
new job. I was just checking to see what
become
6% of my body weight would be, and I'm almost there. So
yeah, no, it's not hard. I was flying past the goals, and so I was signing up for as many as possible until the end of my weight loss. That first time, it was just basically like, okay, I guess I'm done now. I want to go to Fogo de Chao. Yeah, it's good.
Y'all are gonna ruin these weight loss leagues because y'all are coming in here with a bunch of game theory. I'm gonna steal all these suckers' money.
All right. Hopefully, no one at school is listening, because I had done this a few times by the time I did my weigh-in at school last week. And so the morning of, I chugged like half a gallon of water.
Yeah.
Made sure
I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean.
Right before the weigh-in, I ate my lunch. I made sure I didn't pee all day.
You're holding in all your poop.
Right, exactly. Everything. And go down, I'm kind of waddling into the room to do the weigh-in. And then immediately...
Keep it clenched.
So I basically... Within 5 minutes of the weigh-in, I'd probably lost 3 pounds.
Just water.
Oh my god!
Right, exactly.
That is insane.
I love it.
And so you do that with Healthy Wage too, right? You drink a bunch of water right before, and then you do your weigh-in. And even if you're in the middle of another challenge, that's not going to hurt you, because you'll pee it out before you do your weigh out at the end. Water is the best. Okay, we're kind of getting off topic here, but I have a lot of students who are wrestlers, and they're doing this all the time. They're playing with their water weight to try to get into whatever weight class they want to get into, and I'm like, this can't be healthy for y'all, the way that y'all are gaining and losing weight so much. But it's mostly water, so I'm sure it's fine. I don't know. So, anyways, I want to win some money, so my goal, I think 25 pounds will do it, but we'll see. That would end up being 1/7 of my body weight, roughly. The reason I picked that number in particular is because that would get me below where I got last time. So I basically want to do better than last time.
Yeah.
Be smaller. Basically, that's about how much I weighed in my freshman year of high school or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for is my high school
may
weight.
get yeah, I'm going to look good. Anyways, okay.
My high school
I
weight
also
has just sailed into the distance. I'll never see it again.
Hey,
I'm
join
just-
us.
No, it's just on the horizon, and I'm just peacefully, calmly waving goodbye to it. I've said my goodbyes.
We'll have the Commander League, but then we'll also have the Eldorado Fat Boy Championship.
Ooh, yes.
No money, just pride.
Oh, then never mind. I'm not interested anymore.
Benjamin and Derek both, nah.
Bowed out.
Listen, I would
Look, let's
stomp
buy a
y'all.
box.
So you're saying we buy a booster box, and then each person starts with an even percentage of the booster box. But at the end...
If you don't hit your goal, you lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't want to
Lose your
play.
percentage, everybody.
Nope, I don't want to play.
I'm so confident I would do $100.
All right, let's do it.
Y'all can do that back alley handshake somewhere else. I don't want to
Yeah,
participate.
Derek, take your $100 and go to the website, Benjamin. You and Benjamin can start hustling that website.
Yeah, what was that website again?
Healthywage.com. I
Okay.
think it's .com. If you search Healthy Wage, and actually the way I found them is HISD at that time had a thing for employees, and it was free. It was basically, we're going to use this website to track your progress. If you lose, X amount of weight, we'll pay you $40 on your next paycheck. And I was like, okay.
Oh, man, I wish I would have known about this the first time I lost weight. Could have counted at 60 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Gain it back.
Yeah, honestly. Go nuts and then just stop.
Oh my
and just falls back off.
Gain
I'm
it
kidding.
back.
I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. Another goal I have, we'll get off the losing weight topic here, is I also want to read 6 books. Just like games, I have a bad habit of collecting books. I'll just go to half price books and buy 3 books and then not read them. Or I'll find a library that's doing a downsizing. We need to make room for all these books or whatever.
Yep.
Buy our old books for $0.25 each, and I'll pick up an armful, and I just need to read them. Right at OniCon, I bought the complete Steins Gate manga.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
And I did start it. It's a fairly easy read. Manga can go quickly, but I need to do it.
Right.
So my goal is to read 6 books. I read quickly when I get into it, but I'm so bad about it. So could be in the read 6 books part, but one of my goals last year, or over the last couple of years, was I wanted to make sure I read a little bit of the Bible every day. And I got to 363 days. Missed a day.
Dang.
And it was very sad.
Man, what do you think God thinks of you?
He loves me just fine.
I don't know. You missed 2 days, though.
He's probably like, Benjamin, did you not read the part where it says if you mess up, don't just give up the whole thing and stop? Do you know what? That was the day you missed. That was the day you missed. That was the lesson for the day.
No, he loves me no matter what, and that's what I love about him. And
We're just playing,
I'm
obviously.
gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again this time.
Have you missed any days this year?
Oh yeah. I'm on day 1. So I have an app that tracks it, and it has a problem with notifications. They're like, use this notification, and then some days it just randomly won't notify you, like it's trying to get you to mess up.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That's the
I don't-
devil.
That's the devil. That's right.
Yeah.
The devil's
it's a
the
great
one who
app,
wants you to
except
track
that-
your Bible reading.
Yeah, maybe. But it's a good habit to get into. So that's one, and then did I cover all of them? I think so.
I should add journaling back to my list again. That was something
Yeah.
I did in college, was I journaled, but I should start doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
Like 5 minutes a day of just stream of consciousness writing.
Yeah,
And I did
that's
that at
cool.
school a lot too, during like my own students' free writes and stuff.
Oh, that's a great thing to do there. Just say, you're writing, I'm writing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to get away with it now. You have to actively monitor
Oh my god.
and stop them often to do multiple response strategies.
No thanks. That's why
Anyways,
I'm
yeah.
struggling as a starving dice salesman now.
On that note, I am working 3 jobs, right, between lawyering and teaching and working with the dice business. I'm tired, and so I this isn't a SMART goal. I don't have a solid plan, but by June or July, I want to clarify how much work I want to do the second half of the year. And put a stop to something somewhere. So that's something that's been on my mind a lot, and it's a resolution, not really a goal. But
Anybody want to add anything to their goals?
I would like to read, but I don't trust myself to read. I don't feel like it's an achievable goal or a relevant goal for me.
There we go.
Yeah,
It's
that's
certainly
fair.
achievable. It might not be relevant.
I'm illiterate. Why
yeah,
would I
you
need
know how
to
to
read?
read.
I want to win the Ascension Classic so bad, and because my deck building happens before bed, like that's why a reading goal wouldn't happen for me, because it would be a goal in contention with winning our Commander League.
Okay, that makes sense.
I added buy into Eldorado Games.
Woo!
Oh, okay.
Now, is that a smart goal? I have no idea. Is it measurable? Or I guess it's pretty measurable. That's kind of a yay or nay kind of situation. If
Right.
it happened or it didn't. Is it achievable? We'll see. Off air.
You could go to Japan or be a small business.
Yeah,
owner.
that's the issue.
Yeah, Randy, what would you rather do? Would you rather take a vacation to Japan?
Japan.
Your
Yeah.
dream vacation, or
Your dream vacation to Japan?
I have
Be a
I have
small
planned it
business
for
owner
8
with your buddy.
years. I do want that. Maybe that'll be next year.
Or be a
2025.
struggling corpo rat.
Hey, if you're struggling, then you're not corpo. You're just a rat.
one of those decisions makes you spit on you.
No, I mean, I said, months ago that, like, I was thinking about it, but, anyway.
Yeah.
I have to go to Japan. It's been 8 years since I started planning this trip,
know.
and COVID ruined it.
You know what? I actually been thinking about it. And I'm like, man, Japan would be kind of cool to go to. And
for
I would
sure.
laugh so hard if I went to Japan before Randy.
I would kill myself.
Oh, God. I would die laughing. They'd have to
Derek, if you do it, I will kill myself.
bury
Derek,
me.
if you and Kristen go, you have to just bring Randy with you. You can't go without him.
I was like,
that-
Randy, guess where we are?
That is a betrayal of the deepest level.
See what's going to happen is by some horrible misfortune for Derek, but miracle to me is like I'll be winning the Eldorado Ascension Classic Cup, whatever. And Derek's like, I have to knock him out one way or another, and so he books a trip to Japan so that I'll kill myself.
Oh my god!
And then, and then,
Oh my goodness, we can't air this.
okay, sorry.
He'll unalive himself. There, we
unalive myself.
fixed it.
Unalive himself. Derek's gonna call Randy from a Godzilla hotel. Guess where I am?
I'm in Tokyo.
And then you just hear.
And then Derek just hears, it's like, man, it's really windy. What's going on over there, Randy? As I'm falling from the third floor.
Oh my god!
Ave
Okay.
Maria in the background.
Benjamin, give us some words of wisdom about setting goals and New Year's resolutions.
Okay, so we have showed you some goals you can set with gaming and some goals you can set with life, and given you a template to use to make sure that you are capable of achieving these goals and that you actually do achieve them. I'm just going to give you one more piece of advice, and that is whatever you decide to do, write it down. Mm-hmm. Right? Studies show that people who write down their SMART goals are much more likely to achieve them. It allows you to organize the SMART measurements and all of that, provide some accountability. So if there's something you really want to achieve, don't just say, one day I'd hope to do this. Write it down.
Yeah.
And make a plan.
And keep yourself accountable.
Exactly.
It doesn't seem like much, but the physical act of writing it down will increase your odds of doing it by like 40%.
Absolutely. So that's a short words of wisdom, but a very important one.
And now we all have these goals written down in this episode outline. Dang.
Yeah, that was smart. Good job.
Next week, we will be talking about TCGCon Houston. Don't forget that you can get your tickets with a promo code Eldorado with the space between the EL and the Dorado from TCGCon's website. And if you use that code Eldorado, you can get 20% off of any admission package. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/mymythicalmeta. You can always use promo code META at eldoradogaming.com for 10% off your purchase. You can reach us by email at mymythicalmeta@eldoradogaming.com. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe and share with your other gaming friends. Anything else?
Have I cursed yet?
Mute him.
All right,
Quick, mute
that's
him.
it.
Adios.
Avada Kedavra!
Oh my god, Derek, I can't believe you said that.
All right, good night.
Play us
y'all.
out. Get us out of here.
This episode was sponsored by Eldorado Gaming. Use the promo code META for 10% off your order. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. This episode was edited by me, Travis Konishek, and our intro and outro music is by Tyler Heath of the Oh Hellos.